It's Thursday edition of Hashtag Trending. We call it Throwback Thursday. Like I always say, I don't know why it has to be a throwback on a Thursday. We can always throw back on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, right? All right, welcome officially to Hashtag Trending today on Thursday. My name is Ofonono Joseph, and I am happy that you have, come here to sit down, whether you're using your phone or your TV or whatever you're using to watch me. Hi, welcome. How are you doing this Thursday? How are you throwing the back? Yeah, I'll help you throw the back better today. All right, let's start with the trends that we have right here. The talk of the town, the talk of Nigeria, the talk of the whole world, things that are trending on social media, and people are talking about it, and they're not going to stop. And I'm here to bring it to you. If you've not heard, if you've not seen, of course, that's my job. I'll be jobless if I don't do this, right? Okay, let's start with I don't know. The Nigerian police force have been in the news, recently, and this is happening again. A young man is seen being harassed by the Nigerian police force. He was just on his own, walking on the street, and he was asked to bring his cell phones. They started searching him, and he refused. And how this young man got on the roof of the vehicle of the police, officers, I don't know. It was just like a magic. He hopped on the roof of the vehicle. And besides, this particular vehicle that the police officers are using do not have a plate number. And people are saying that it happens sometimes that people will disguise, wear these uniforms and come out, and they're not really police officials, but disguised to cause mayhem and havoc. So let's see the video. It's really funny. God help us. And that young man you saw on the roof of that vehicle was actually talking to people standing by and people that were walking past to come to his aid, that he was not going to follow those men dressed in that uniform because he wasn't sure if they were police officers, and he didn't do anything. They just want to search him for what? His phones, and he refused. So bystanders actually made a video of this to post online to say that this is police brutality and they are exerting excessive power. It's power abuse, that they're doing. And it's not okay for them to just see somebody walking around and they just assume that you're a bad person, you're into internet fraud or something, and they want to search you just like that. So this has really spiraled a lot of controversy online. Well, let's read some of it on social media. Web3 Boy of Lagos says, Nigeria's youth have had enough. Decades of police brutality, harassment, and abuse of power have pushed a generation to the edge. Enough is enough. We demand accountability, justice, and a system that protects rather than preys on its people. The youth are tired, and their voices will no longer be ignored. This is coming from Web3. And we're taking Invisible Chart as the last comment on social media for this particular trend. Invisible says, when serve and protect starts looking like abduct and threaten, Someone somewhere needs to remind these officers that humanity doesn't come with a badge. And he's saying hashtag Nigeria, hashtag please brutality. Ah, God. I don't know. My experience with the police officers, I don't want to talk about mine, but it is better that for whatever reason the police officers want to arrest somebody or they want to search someone, you know, the stop and search stuff, they do it amicably, and they should have a warrant if they want to arrest somebody, and not just picking anybody randomly on the street. You just look at someone and you feel like, okay, this one has got, you know, dada, dreadlock, they call it. He looks like, and you start abusing the person, exerting your power because you're in uniform. And the next thing you will hear that they've carried a rifle, and you know what they do already. We as human beings want to really feel that thing they say, that police is our friend, and not for us to be afraid of the police officers that are actually supposed to protect us. Moving on and still talking about police in Nigeria. The Federal Capital Territory CP Mila Dantawaye has ordered the immediate redeployment of Divisional Police Officer DPO in charge of Ushafa Division after a video surfaced online showing him slapping a man during an arrest. He was slapping and pushing this man during an arrest and thugged the man into their vehicle. And when another man came to say, oh, guy, you are not supposed to do that, what has he done? They dragged the guy too and thugged him into their vehicle. And for this reason, he has been redeployed. Let's see the video.
On your orders.
Jesus, this is not nice, though. 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 It's not nice. It's not nice. Why are you slapping him like that? This is not.
Particular police officer that did this has been redeployed, and the police, body has said that this particular act is very unacceptable, that it is not in them to slap people, push people about, is not in them. So he has been redeployed. I could say a punishment serving, the act that he did. Let's see people's reaction on social media. AYM says, Hausa people, okay, this actually has absolutely nothing to do with tribe, okay? Hausa people, please get another name for please. The Dansanda, we call them, should be the reason they're always holding stick or sanda. Okay, that one is coming for Hausa people. Good news, Abua says, all right, recruiting animals in human body into the police force. Lots of people are in the bush, kidnapped by armed men. They won't go there to fight and rescue these people. All they do is to harass and intimidate innocent citizens. Like I said earlier, police is your friend. We're supposed to wallow in this. You see someone, in their police attire or uniform, you'll be like, oh, you go closer to the person, you know that you're safe, you know that you're protected and secure. But one of these days in Nigeria, you don't even know if you see people in that uniform, whether you should run away or whether you should go closer to them. You're stranded because you don't know if they're the real police officials or if they're disguised. That's the reality in Nigeria right now. But we want it to stop because they're supposed to actually protect lives and properties. You come out in your uniform, you're well respected, you are worshipped, I could say. You're oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. The gratitude, the appreciation for staying in the sun and in the rain to protect us. But it's not what we're experiencing. And we really want something positive. We need a change moving forward as it concerns the Nigerian police force. We know they're doing their best. We know the good ones are out there. And it's just the few bad eggs that are in the midst of the good ones that are spoiling the name of the Nigerian police force. And we want the police authority to fish out these bad eggs that are spoiling their names so that they will remain who they really are, protecting lives and properties. And we go closer to them than running away from them. Oh my God, another viral video happening in Asaba. I don't know what's up in Asaba. We have always talked about violence, but no, some men still insist on treating their wives as punching bags, as if they're in the boxing ring and they want to box them. And this time around, I really appreciate the effort of the youths in Asaba for what they did to this particular man. He has a nursing wife. The wife is still breastfeeding. And this man is seen flogging the wife on the street, and the wife is running. And he went to pick up their baby and still flogged the wife. So the youths of Asaba saw this. They made a video of him and they came out en masse. They said, you love flogging. We're going to, make you have that feeling. And the man ran away. Let's see the video.
Now woman is a bit like this, so happening in Asaba now, this man they beat this woman. See blood don't they come out from the woman nose. Oga not they beat woman like that. You want kill him? You want kill him, Oga? Una dey see what the person they beat woman wey carry pikin. For Asaba, happening life in Asaba. Happening life in Asaba. Happening life in Asaba. This man. If you see what the beauty wife, now this man, come here, in the room. Come. See her. See the wife here. He carry pikin or see him nose. See him nose. The woman carry pikin. Mumu, come in the room. Mumu. Today is 20th October. The man don't run. They beat woman where carry pikin. Mumu man.
We're always preaching against domestic violence. Domestic violence. Whatever your husband does to you, whatever your partner, I could use the word now, whatever your partner does to you, you can always talk about it. And if it's something you cannot handle, you have, your family members. You call in your family members to settle the dispute. If you cannot, maybe kingsmen or elders or something. And if you still cannot, if that problem you feel it can never be solved, walk away. Let both parties walk away to live. Look at the woman with a baby, a nursing mother, and she's bleeding from her nose. If not that, the youth came out to salvage the situation. Who knows, that man would have beaten her to pulp with that long stick. And you see, all those people that are carrying their shoulders up, the buga, set of people, where you work, your business partners, all those people that feel you, they're the ones that make you breathe. They want to be seen. They want to be heard. They want to make you small. They want to belittle you. When they meet their perfect match, they won't stand. They'll become like chaff. You saw the video. The man was exerting power, his manly power on his wife. And when young youths were like, okay, oh God, you love to fight, we're here for you. You saw what he did. He ran helter-skelter. So that's what's going to happen. Those people that are trying to bottle you up, belittle you, when they meet their perfect match, they're going to tiptoe, run helter-skelter. Let's see people's reaction on social media. Manny says, nice, with a thumbs up. They should give him, we're not supporting violence, okay? But these people seem to be very happy. They're saying they should give him a black eye. Regardless of what a woman does to you, beating her shouldn't be an option. You can show restraint or report her, but turning her to a punching or beating bag is a no-no. All right, that's coming from Manny. Chinedu Tochuku says, Una no beat the man well. Better hands up will touch the man. All right, this is the last comment we're taking. Marco Polo says, I beg, make the GLK owner just carry the woman, they go in house. Since it be like that, okay, like make that man no go kill her. Okay, the car that drove in, actually the driver saw the situation and they had to stop, and the woman with her baby, while she was bleeding, they helped her into the car and she was saved, while the husband was running for his dear life from the Asaba youth. You say you guessed it. Buga, come on Buga. You're running away. Oh my God, this is not funny. Please, please and please, if you feel you cannot talk about the disputes, the misunderstanding, the controversy in your relationship with your partner, and it's escalating, nobody can handle it, the heat is too much, give yourselves a break. If giving yourselves a break to come back later will do good, but if not, please, nobody should beat anybody, nobody should die. Walk away peacefully. Leave the relationship to leave, to breathe. Okay, that's what we're preaching right here, and that is the proper thing. What is happening in the Senate? Yes, somebody has made a statement in the Senate, and people are on him like a tick in the body of a dog. You know, a tick, they clung to the statement that the man made, and they are clashing with him so much with people's comment. The former governor of Edo State, now a senator, talking about Senator Adams Oshiomhole during plenary recently, urged his colleagues in the Senate to eschew election rigging and deploy thugs to cause mayhem during elections, as they may use same ammunitions given them by politicians to cause havoc after elections. This is what Senator Adams Oshiomhole said in the House. And comments on social media, please, you guys should forgive him if maybe he's repented. And people are saying, did he really make this statement? Who is the chief rigger? Okay, I don't want to say it. Let's read comments on social media. Or let's see the video first.
We as senators shall not, directly or indirectly, secretly or openly, aid and abet unemployed or semi-employed people and arm them to disrupt election. If we reform our character, this problem is 90% solved. In Edo State, sir, I launched one man, one vote, one woman, one vote. At the end of the day, and as of today, it is now possible to do election without cutting dead bodies. It wasn't so before, because we convinced everybody that there is no merit in taking election or conducting election as if it is a state of war. The beauty of democracy is not the fact that you find yourself occupying an important elective office. It is the feeling in your heart that people actually, in their free will, found you worthy to be their voice and to entrust our collective patrimony in your hands to manage, to deliver the greatest.
You heard what Senator Adams Oshiomhole was saying. And even though people agree that he's saying the truth and this is how it's supposed to be, but they say, coming from you, Coming from you, are you really saying this? Let's see people's reactions. Sosa says, sometimes I wonder if these politicians suffer from dementia. What sort of hypocrisy is this? Same person that rigs elections in Edo North, where total number of votes count, will be higher than accredited voters. They're going all out for him. Gamelo says, law, see life. Not be rigging, carry you reach where you dey now. Oshio Baba is trying to redeem himself, but that ship has sailed a long time ago. All right, this is the last comment we're taking. Then we go to the word of the day. Nana Esha says, coming from those who have benefited from the same system, this hits differently. Time to match words with real reform. Okay, I don't know why the comment section was like that, but if he's realized that what he used to do is not working and is not bringing positive results, and he wants to change the scenario and the system, I mean, this is what we've always prayed for and wanted, right? So it's fine that if he has said this, we should follow him and support what he has said rather than attacking him. You know, people change. With time, people change. So maybe Senator Adams Oshiomhole has changed and he wants a better Nigeria. He doesn't want rigging of elections anymore, which we all want, we've been praying for this. So he's telling his colleagues, do not, employ these youth and give them ammunitions to rig elections to cause mayhem. Because after elections, they will use that same arms to cause havoc in the society. And this is what we ever wanted. We want our votes to count. We want free and fair elections. People that are actually being voted for to emerge, in the positions they're being voted for, and not for people to maneuver the result of the elections. And this is the call from Senator Adams Oshiomhole. So we should, cue in this particular line moving forward. And Nigeria, my country, is going to be a better place. What's the word that we have for the day before we call it a wrap? The word of the day is frolic. Frolic is the word that we have for today. What does frolic means? To frolic is to play and move about happily. When you play and move about happily, you're frolicking. So a sentence example of frolic is, we watched the children as they frolicked in the rain. We watched the children as they frolicked in the rain. That is the sentence example of the word that we have for today. You know that thing, rain is falling and children are playing under the rain and having fun and screaming and shouting. Yeah, they are frolicking. That is the word that we have for today, frolic. Okay, that's a wrap on hashtag trending. I hope you enjoyed this particular session, because I did. And like I always say, you shift it, you filter it, you take the ones that are good to yourself to even do better, and the ones that are not good, you learn from it to abstain from doing those bad things, right? My name remains Ofonono Joseph, and you can follow me on all social media handles. My name remains Ofonono Joseph on those social media handles. Thank you so much for doing this with me. See you next week. Stay out of trouble. I love you always.